You've probably scrolled through countless get-rich videos, saved dozens of financial tips, and maybe you even know more about budgeting than 90% of your neighbors. But when you open your banking app, the balance is still depressing. That emergency fund or retirement nest egg still feels miles away. You've realized a brutal truth. The distance between knowing what to do and actually doing it is vast. Here's a secret about money advice. You can listen to hundreds of tips in your lifetime, but you'll probably only end up using about 5. Not because the other 95 are useless, but because you heard them at the wrong time, or they got buried in the noise. Today, I've compiled 100 practical money management tips. Some will sound familiar, some might seem obvious, but trust me, a few of these will hit you differently today than they did a year ago. Why? Because where you stand today is different. Your job, your home, your worries, they've all shifted. And who knows, the one tip that changes everything for you might be hiding at number 7, number 43, or number 89. I'm Can. To make this easy to follow, I've broken this video into 7 clear chapters. Money mindset, frugality and cutting costs, debt and emergency funds, boosting your income, investing and compounding, advanced strategies, lifestyle and financial peace. Feel free to skip to the section you need most right now, but I strongly advise listening through. Sometimes the tip that saves your wallet is hiding right where you thought you were already an expert. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Money Mindset. Tips 1 to 15 focus on reframing your relationship with money before changing your actions. Tip 01. Believe you can escape poverty. If you think wealth is only for people born into privilege, your mind gives up before your hands even try. Tip 02. Find a why big enough to keep you going. Saving and hustling are boring and exhausting. You need a deep reason, whether it's providing for your kids or taking care of aging parents, to keep you from quitting. Tip 03. Calculate the actual price of freedom. Don't chase a random multi-million-dollar figure. Calculate your monthly living expenses, then figure out how much assets or side income you need to cover that exact number. Tip 04. Suffer short-term to enjoy long-term. Life is fair. If you grind and upskill intensely for 2 years, you can achieve what takes others 5 years. Pay the price up front. Tip 05. Stop doing what the majority does. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. If you want a different result, you must act differently than the crowd. Tip 06. Ignore public opinion. Drive an older car, rent a modest place, or eat simple meals. Looking poor for a few years is a small price to pay for living debt-free for life. Tip 7. Automate your habits, don't rely on willpower. Setting goals is just naming the destination. Build an automated system where savings are deducted the moment your paycheck arrives. Tip 08. Never stop learning. Nobody is born knowing how to manage money. Read books, listen to podcasts while driving, and learn from those who are already successful. Tip 9. Start small. Before attempting massive financial moves, fix the small leaks. Cancel unused subscriptions and cut unnecessary night outs. Tip 10. Stop waiting for tomorrow. There is no perfect time. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is right now. Tip 11. Know your personal priorities. Don't blindly follow rigid financial rules. Allocate money based on what truly brings you security or peace of mind. Tip 12. Do a monthly financial health check. Subtract your total debts from your total assets every month. Focus on making that net worth number grow bit by bit. Tip 13. Stop comparing your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. The person driving a luxury car might be drowning in high-interest debt. Focus on your own lane. Tip 14. Accept that you will make mistakes. You will buy bad items or miss opportunities. Learn from the slip-ups and move on quickly. Tip 15. Money management is behavioral, not mathematical. Financial choices are driven by emotions, fear, and ego, not Excel spreadsheets. Master your psychology to master your money. Chapter 2. Frugality and Cutting Costs. Tips 16 to 35 focus on plugging financial leaks and mastering defensive money management. Tip 16. Try to save 50% of your income. If that sounds impossible, aim high anyway. Living simply reduces your dependency on money. Tip 17. Attack your top 3 biggest expenses first. Don't stress over a $2 coffee while overpaying on rent, car payments, or groceries. Downsizing your housing saves far more money than skipping coffee. Tip 18. House hack if possible. If you rent a multi-bedroom property, sublease the other rooms to cover your own rent costs. Tip 19. Drive a reliable, depreciated vehicle. Avoid high-end car payments. Buy a reliable used vehicle in cash. It gets you from point A to point B for a fraction of the cost. Tip 20. Shop groceries with a strict plan. Throwing away spoiled food is literally throwing away your hard-earned cash. Plan meals and buy only what you need. Tip 21. Eliminate ghost subscriptions. Audit your phone bill and streaming services. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last month. Tip 22. Stop paying for brand names. Generic brands for food, cleaning products, or basic clothing often come from the same factories as name brands. Tip 23. Maximize rewards and cashback. Use credit card points and cashback apps wisely for expenses you are already going to make. Just pay them off immediately. Tip 24. Never pay unnecessary banking fees. Avoid account maintenance, transfer, or ATM fees. Switch to modern banks that offer zero-fee accounts. Tip 25. Treat credit cards like debit cards. Pay your balance in full every single month. Interest rates will wipe out any rewards instantly. Tip 26. Swap overpriced drinks for home brews. Making coffee or tea at home saves hundreds, if not thousands, a year. Tip 27. Pack your lunch for work. Restaurant lunches accumulate into a massive monthly expense. Cooking in bulk saves a fortune. Tip 28. Beware of the word sale. Buying something you don't need just because it's 50% off means you still wasted 50% of your money. Tip 29. Calculate cost per use. Buying high-quality items that last 5 years is cheaper in the long run than buying cheap items that break every few months. Tip 30. Skip extended warranties. Store warranties are high-margin upsells because product failure rates during that period are minimal. Put that money into an emergency stash instead. Tip 31. Carry a reusable water bottle. Buying bottled water daily is an easily preventable expense. Tip 32. Negotiate recurring bills. Call your internet, insurance, or phone provider annually to ask for lower rates or loyalty discounts. Tip 33. Apply the 30-day rule. When you feel impulse-driven to buy a non-essential item, write it down and wait 30 days. Most of the time, the urge vanishes. Tip 34. Invest in items that protect your health. Never cheap out on a good mattress, supportive shoes, or nutritious food. Preventing health issues saves massive medical bills later. Tip 35. Out of sight, out of mind. Automatically transfer your savings out of your main spending account the day you get paid. Chapter 3. Debt and Emergency Stash. Tips 36 to 45 address escaping debt traps and establishing financial safety nets. Tip 36. Distinguish between good debt and toxic debt. Good debt buys productive assets, like a vehicle for work or a business asset. Toxic debt funds consumption, like vacations or luxury gadgets. Tip 37. Destroy high-interest debt first. Pay off credit cards and payday loans aggressively. High interest compounds against you rapidly. Tip 38. Don't rush low-interest wealth-building debt. If you have a low-interest loan that allows you to generate higher returns elsewhere, pay it off systematically rather than prematurely draining your cash flow. Tip 39. Peace of mind beats pure math. If paying off a low-interest debt lets you sleep better at night, pay it off regardless of mathematical optimization. Mental clarity is priceless. Tip 40. Consolidating debt won't work if habits don't change. Taking a single loan to pay off multiple credit cards only works if you stop using those credit cards. Tip 41. Evaluate the true ROI of educational debt. Taking on massive loans for a degree without a clear, high-paying career path is a long-term financial trap. Tip 42. Avoid predatory lenders at all costs. Stay far away from high-interest loan apps, loan sharks, and payday loans. They lead to financial ruin. Tip 43. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is your safety net. It prevents unexpected car repairs or medical issues from pushing you back into debt. Tip 44. Keep your emergency fund liquid and earning interest. Store this cash in a high-yield savings account or flexible short-term deposit so it earns money while remaining accessible. Tip 45. Set a debt freedom date. Calculate your exact debt payoff date, write it down, and put it somewhere visible to stay motivated. Chapter 4. Boosting Income. Tips 46 to 63. Details shifting from defense to offense by expanding earning power. Tip 46. Avoid low-leverage side hustles long-term. Food delivery or ride-sharing trades time directly for money with no long-term scale. Use them temporarily, but build scalable skills. Tip 47. Test small business ideas. Don't jump in with huge capital. Test side projects small, fail cheap, and double down on what works. Tip 48. Work to learn, not just to earn. Early in your career, prioritize positions that teach high-value skills over jobs that pay slightly more for mindless tasks. Tip 49. Build multiple income streams. Relying on a single job leaves you vulnerable. Diversify with side work, freelancing, or investments. Tip 50. Ask for a raise strategically. Document your contributions, research market rates, and present a clear case to your manager when the timing is right. Tip 51. Audit your time. Time is your primary asset. Eliminate hours spent on mindless scrolling and redirect that energy into skill building. Tip 52. Increase your hourly value. Reframe your time in hourly terms. If an activity doesn't match or exceed your target rate, minimize it. Tip 53. Double down on your core strength. Mastery in one high-demand field pays better than being mediocre at 10 different skills. Tip 54. Monetize a specialized skill. Turn your technical expertise, craft, or hobby into tutorials, consulting, or digital products. Tip 55. Upgrade your social circle. You are the average of the people you spend time with. Connect with mentors and driven peers. Tip 56. Take calculated risks. Staying in your comfort zone guarantees stagnation. Take risks where the downside is limited and the upside is significant. Tip 57. Learn sales and persuasion. Every career involves selling, whether it's selling a product, a service, or pitching yourself in a job interview. Tip 58. Explore remote work opportunities. Look for work from home or freelance roles that eliminate commuting costs and give you time back. Tip 59. Build an opportunity fund. Separate from your emergency cash, hold a stash ready to deploy when a high upside investment or business deal appears. Tip 60. Claim every employee benefit. Take full advantage of health insurance, matching 401k contributions, educational stipends, and performance bonuses. Tip 61. Embrace technology and modern tools. Leverage AI tools, software automation, and modern platforms to work faster and increase output. Tip 62. Protect your professional reputation. Integrity and reliability are invaluable. A clean track record opens doors to funding, partnerships, and clients. Tip 63. Take action before feeling 100% ready. Perfect readiness is an illusion. Start the business, apply for the role, or launch the project now. Adjust along the way. Chapter 5. Investing and Compounding. Tips 64 to 80 detail building long-term wealth through passive compounding. Tip 64. Choose low-cost index funds or ETFs. Avoid trying to outsmart the stock market with speculative individual stocks. Broad market index funds offer safe, long-term growth. Tip 65. Automate your investments. Set up recurring monthly buys for your investment accounts immediately after receiving your paycheck. Tip 66. Stop trying to time the market. Buying consistently over time beats sitting on cash trying to guess the absolute bottom or top. Tip 67. Harness the power of compound interest. Small, consistent investments made early grow exponentially over decades. Tip 68. Look into real estate or income-generating property. Rental properties or real estate investments offer stable cash flow and long-term appreciation. Tip 69. Reinvest cash flow. Use rental income or dividend payouts to cover investment debt or buy additional shares. Tip 70. Practice dollar cost averaging, DCA. Invest a fixed dollar amount regularly, regardless of whether prices are up or down. Tip 71. Remove emotion from investing. Panic selling during market drops or buying during euphoric bubbles is how retail investors lose money. Stick to your plan. Tip 72. Align investments with your life stage. Aggressive growth strategies fit younger investors. Capital preservation fits those near retirement. Tip 73. Mind the impact of taxes and fees. High expense ratios and turnover taxes erode long-term gains. Choose tax-efficient vehicles and low-cost funds. Tip 74. Avoid passing trends and hype. By the time a speculative asset makes headlines, the easy money has already been made. Tip 75. Inflation is a silent wealth killer. Cash hidden under a mattress loses purchasing power every year. Keep cash productive. Tip 76. Invest in yourself first. Courses, certifications, and skills yield far higher returns early on than small stock investments. Tip 77. Read books on finance. A $15 book containing decades of a master investor's experience is one of the highest ROI purchases available. Tip 78. Diversify across asset classes. Spread capital across stocks, real estate, cash, and precious metals to weather economic shifts. Tip 79. Reinvest dividends automatically. Let your returns generate their own returns to accelerate the snowball effect. Tip 80. Tune out short-term market news. Daily financial news feeds panic. Focus on a multi-decade horizon. Chapter 6. Advanced Strategies. Tips 81. 90. Focus on scaling assets, leverage, and systems optimization. Tip 81. Use smart leverage cautiously. Using low-cost borrowed capital to acquire high-yielding, tangible assets can accelerate wealth creation if managed responsibly. Tip 82. Prioritize monthly cash flow over paper assets. Assets that generate regular liquid income keep you resilient through economic down cycles. Tip 83. Rely on automated systems, not motivation. Automation doesn't get tired, distracted, or lazy. Automate savings, bill payments, and investments. Tip 84. Optimize your tax structure. If running a business, consult a qualified accountant to legally deduct legitimate expenses and protect earnings. Tip 85. Earn high-city income while living in low-cost areas. Geo-arbitrage. Working remotely for high-paying markets while living in lower-cost locations drastically accelerates savings. Tip 86. Draft an estate plan or will early. Ensure your assets are distributed smoothly to your family without costly legal disputes. Tip 87. Allocate a small percentage to high-upside ventures. Once your core finances are secure, risk a tiny fraction of capital on speculative, high-upside opportunities. Tip 88. Buy back your time. When your hourly value increases, hire help for low-value chores so you can focus on high-earning tasks or family time. Tip 89. Build a reliable team. Scaling a business or portfolio requires good accountant, legal counsel, and trusted partners. You can't do everything alone. Tip 90. Play the 10-year game. Real wealth takes time. Evaluate business and investment success over decade-long horizons, not quarters. Chapter 7. Lifestyle and Financial Peace. Tips 91. 100. Focus on keeping perspective, health, and contentment. Tip 91. Define what enough means to you. Chasing endless wealth comparison leads to burnout. Identify your personal target for a fulfilling life and be content when you reach it. Tip 92. Avoid lifestyle creep. When your income increases, keep your living expenses stable and direct the surplus into savings and investments. Tip 93. Buy experiences and memories, not status symbols. Material items fade and become outdated. Shared experiences with loved ones stay meaningful forever. Tip 94. Eliminate status-driven spending. Stop spending money you don't have on things you don't need to impress people you don't like. Tip 95. Practice daily gratitude. Being grateful for what you have reduces the urge to make impulse purchases to fill an emotional void. Tip 96. Don't let money ruin relationships. Money disputes strain marriages and friendships. Communicate openly about finances with loved ones. Tip 97. Protect your health. Illness destroys wealth. Regular exercise, good sleep, and healthy eating are crucial financial investments. Tip 98. Keep money in its proper place. Money is a useful tool to serve your life, not a master to dictate your happiness. Tip 99. Use money to buy freedom. The ultimate value of money is the ability to control your time, say no to toxic situations, and make choices on your own terms. Tip 100. Take action today. Knowledge without execution is useless. Pick 3 tips right now and put them into practice this month. Outro. You've just gone through 100 money tips. Most people watching this will nod, say, "That was good," and go right back to their old habits tomorrow, stuck in the exact same spot next year. Don't do that. You don't need to implement all 100 tips today. Pick just 3 tips that fit your current situation and execute them this month. Next month, pick 3 more. In a year, your bank balance will look completely different. In 5 years, your life will be transformed. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't about how much you know. It's about what you actually do. Pick your 3 tips, drop them in the comments below to commit to them, and let's get to work. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical finance guides. See you in the next video.